All right, Shalom, Shalom. Call halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Makakwadash. Peace and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And sincere Akim out there that'll keep pushing this word and truth and sincerity. Shalom to you all. All right. Now this lesson is going to be going into the healing properties of salt. It's a lesson that I actually wanted to get into for a little while because I've been dealing with certain health ailments, and I feel as though through the spirit, um, this information was helpful to me. So, Lord's will, there's other brothers out there that it may be helpful too. All right, and it's going into the healing properties of salt. Salt is an incredible healing substance that the Lord has for us, and it's spiritual because we're compared to the salt of the earth. All right, and when you go into the properties of salt, salt has a lot of properties that I've, through looking into it, I found to be spiritual. So I'm gonna read this. Matthew 5 and 13. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing but to be cast out and be trodden under foot of men. Right. So ye are the salt of the earth. That's what the Lord Yahweh Shai called us, man. And salt is for flavoring. All right, but also salt is for healing. And that's another spiritual aspect of salt. We oftentimes apply it to when we see Israelite foreigners or somebody that may not look like an Israelite, but the spirit reveals that they are. We say, oh, they got salt. In other words, they have flavor. They have that it factor that makes you Jake. That is basically present in sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, and the children of Israel. But also, salt has a healing property. All right, it has a lot of healing properties actually. Shalom, shalom to everybody tuning in. All right, another precept I want to grab real quick. Let's get it in 1611. Yeah, it's the book of Sirach, and I always bring this out in the health lessons. No, it's not 43. I'm tripping. It's 38. Salakia. Sirach 38, and straight to the point. Sirach 38 and 4. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. And now salt is actually inexpensive for the most part. Now, when you get into higher tiers, it's like pink salt and different things. It can be more expensive. And I advise brothers, pink salt is probably the best one that I know of. Sea salt is good as well. All right, but these are all things that come from the earth. These are medicines that come from the earth. He that is wise will not abhor them. Salt is good for flavoring, but also you can make a salt scrub out of if you take some salt. I believe it might be 2 parts salt and 1 part coconut oil or another carrier oil that you prefer. You could use and you can also add essential oils into it. For example, I made one out of pink salt, a salt scrub, and I just put it on my skin, and it actually heals a lot of skin conditions and different things like that. So there's pink salt. And then you could put the 2 parts pink salt and 1 part coconut oil. And then you could add like some drops of essential oils, like, tea tree oil, frankincense oil, or different, lemongrass, lavender, stuff like that. And it'll give it a nice smell. And also you can apply it to your skin and it'll fix a lot of skin conditions. For example, my mother had a skin condition where she had like these marks on the back of her arm, and I gave her the salt scrub. She had been using it. And after applying it, all of the marks on her skin went away because salt itself has healing properties, So we're going to get into some of those properties. Lord's will is edifying, all right? Now that I got those precepts, we're going to go into this article from piercingworks.com. It says, now, obviously we don't get into that, but it just happened to be the website that had this info, so that's why I'm bringing it out. All right, not because I'm looking to get a piercing or nothing. I just Googled it and this came up. Anyways, healing properties of salt. It says the healing and therapeutic properties of salt. Find out why salt, excuse me. Find out why salt is such a great remedy and what it can do for your health. In certain cultures, salt is an important ingredient for survival in the arid desert, and it is well known that salt can be used both as treatment method and medicine. Salt used medicinally is not used in the form as it is in dry matter. Therefore, disorders in the glandular functions, which usually lead to obesity, can be combated very well by bathing in seawater. The thyroid gland also benefits from such baths. So this reminds me of a testimony I had shared where I had a black widow spider bit me in the heel. So I was on a particular island when this happened, the island of Anguilla, which is in the Caribbean, and there wasn't any hospitals on the island. So I kind of had to figure out a way to try to heal myself, And basically, what I did was I put aloe vera on it, on the bite, which was on my heel, and also I went into the sea a lot, and I noticed that it was healing my wound because a brown recluse or a widow spider bite, I believe it was a brown recluse. That type of bite can do a lot of damage. It can actually be deadly especially for younger people and older and elderly. But from applying the seawater, that alone healed my body. Healed my affliction at that point, healed my wound. You know, so you can make a salt bath at home for brothers that may be in the Midwest or somewhere where there ain't no oceans or nothing. You could just get some sea salt from the store or order it online, order it on Amazon, order some pink salt, and maybe a couple times a week or a few times a month, however much you can afford, or whatever your situation is. You take a sea salt bath and some hot water, put a couple pounds of sea salt in there or pink salt, and you bathe in it, and you're gonna see a major boost in energy, a major boost in mental clarity, and you just sit in there for like a half hour to an hour or more, however long you want to. All right, and just make sure you stay hydrated because salt can also dehydrate. But everything in balance. It says dry or moist salt compresses can be used to extract moisture from the tissues. See, you can also achieve good results using salt compresses when suffering from edema, fluid retention. Gargling with salt water is another good remedy. This is ideal, for example, for treating a sore throat or a gum disease. In case of inflammation of the nasal mucosa, it is good to regularly sniff some salt water. After that, you can repeat this with normal water. It is a simple yet effective way to combat susceptibility to nasal cold and throat inflammations. You can use common table salt for this, or if you live by the sea, seawater. Now I advise sea salt. To me, I had better results with sea salt and pink salt than table salt. Himalayan pink salt is the best, the one that from my experience. Obviously, if you buy a clean body of water, even though we know nothing in this world is really clean because Esau's in rulership, you could just go in the water. But I'll give you another testimony. My seed had dealt with a bit of he was kind of low energy. He was saying he was tired and da da da. Like he had a little bug was messing with him. So I gave him I put some salt in his bath one night, and then the next day he was high energy. He was smiling. He was laughing again. He wasn't like down, and I see that it really did heal him, or at least help him to be more healed. So it says skip that part. However, the benefits of salt are not limited to external use, but good results can also be achieved internally. In that case, it is better not to use regular kitchen salt or even iodide or fluorine enriched salt, but only sea salt, or even better, a seasoning salt. The trace elements of sea salt or seasoning salt work perfectly on the glands with internal secretion because they're able to normalize both too powerful and too weak a function. Often, obesity is also a consequence of a defective glandular function. So basically, salt helps to regulate the function of your glands so that your body produces the necessary compounds for you to have a balance. What they call in science homeostasis, which is basically you having a balanced state of health. You know, so now it says, yep, salt is also an excellent preservative. Extracts from fresh plants retain their full effectiveness when they are preserved by salt. Salt also finds a wide application in homeopathy, depending on how you say it. Skin conditions such as acne, infections on the skin, insect bites, women's and vascular diseases, and even arthritis and rheumatism benefit from a salt bath. Yeah, and I can't stress enough the benefits because you might just see and say benefit, but when you do it for yourself and see a major change in whatever condition you're dealing with, even for brothers that might deal with psoriasis, which I believe is going to mention it, but that can actually eliminate a lot of the aspects of that disease, psoriasis. And if you have a bad, like let's say you're in an area with a lot of mosquitoes and you get bit a lot, you could bathe in pink salt and it'll basically like I had a fat mosquito bite on my arm, and I ended up taking a salt bath, and it kind of like just vanished, like it wasn't inflamed anymore. All right, but these are those medicines from the earth, and it requires faith. That's why we have to pray before we even use these things. Skin conditions such as acne. Uh, you don't have to suffer from anything to use a salt bath. This cannot hurt anyway and will at least offer relaxation, right? It's good to implement it into your health arsenal, make it a part of your routine or make it a part of your health regimen because let's say you're not dealing with any issues at the moment, which I'm pretty sure all of us got something going on, either way it goes, because these bodies are weak. We need new bodies, but while we're in them, we do our best, so it could at least keep you healthy. If you are relatively healthy, you can still do it and maintain your health. Himalayan bath salt stimulates blood circulation, moisturizes the skin, helps retain moisture in the skin cells, right? So you won't need to lump on a whole bunch of lotion because you'll be pretty much so whatever it is about salt. Salt brings balance. That's what I realized about salt. Hey, us being the salt of the world, through Yahweh Shem Shai, we're bringing the balance to the wickedness of this world. We're like detoxing this world. Yeah, that's why it says it helps retain moisture in the skin cells, provides cell regeneration, detoxifies the skin, and helps to heal dry, flaky, and irritated skin. Bathing in salt water reduces inflammation of the muscles and joints. Yeah, for brothers that work out a lot, get you a salt bath. Relaxes the muscles and reduces the pain. They even have salt caves pretty much where like you go in, they'll have like a place, like a spa, where you go and they'll have like pounds and pounds and pounds of salt. And just from you being in a room with all that salt, it does something to your body. It can heal you, relax you, reduce pain, for brothers that dealing with chronic pain. For people with psoriasis, sea salt can also offer a solution. Treatments in the Dead Sea in combination with sunlight has an immensely positive effect on the psoriatic skin, right? People with psoriasis. When one is at home and the itching becomes unbearable, one should not scratch but apply hot compresses of sea salt. This inhibits the inflammation of the peeling skin and greatly reduces the itching. The last couple of years, we have seen a huge increase in the use of products containing Dead Sea salt. The beneficial effects of Dead Sea minerals have been known for thousands of years. David, Solomon, and the Queen of Sheba had set up spa palaces on the banks. Cleopatra obtained for a lot of money the exclusive rights of the Dead Sea region. She commissioned the construction of pharmaceutical and cosmetic factories in which the necessary raw materials were extracted from the Dead Sea. The remains of this can still be seen in Ein Bokek and Ein Gedi. That's heavy. I didn't even know that. Yeah, well, of course, King David and Solomon being Yahweh, our Lord, they know better than anybody about the benefits of salt. That's why the Lord made that statement about us being the salt of the earth. The beneficial effects of Dead Sea minerals have been known for thousands of years. Yeah, I read that. Even today, many people with skin and joint problems seek relief in the Dead Sea. Large health centers and hotels have developed on the coast in recent years. You see? So they have whole hotels and centers, health centers, just based around the Dead Sea because of the healing properties of salt. The Dead Sea contains 40 different minerals, halogens, and trace elements. And we know that our diets being defiled, us eating our bread defiled among the Gentiles. Matter of fact, let me grab that. Yep. Real quick, this is Ezekiel. I noticed that when I took the salt baths, like I've been making that a part of my regimen, I was way more energetic. A lot of my skin conditions disappeared. Um, I didn't, I it healed a lot of issues I had, I noticed, or at least it helped with them. Ezekiel 4 and 13, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. You see, so we have ate our bread defiled amongst the Gentiles, which is why we have mineral deficiencies. So when you deal with salt, salt is highly mineralized and it gives you a lot of those minerals and you absorb them through the skin. All right. But you'll also be able to curb your appetite. It will help with bloating. It has so many different benefits that really the best thing I can say is just try it for yourself and see. But it says here the Dead Sea contains 40 different minerals, halogens, and trace elements. The concentration is 28%, 7 times stronger than found in any other seas and oceans. Moreover, the content of potassium and magnesium is much higher. The unique composition of the Dead Sea, that's another thing. Magnesium is something that we have a lot of deficiencies of. So salt has that, and something about salt, it allows your body to absorb magnesium better. And something about salt also, it allows your body to digest food and absorb the minerals from food a lot more efficiently. So I noticed I didn't feel the need to eat as much. It's just helpful in all aspects. This unique composition of the Dead Sea is the most important factor for the healing properties. A bath in these minerals works relaxing and soothes the stressed nerves. Stressed nerves. Yeah, who's more stressed than us? The moisture balance of the skin cells improves so that the skin becomes smoother and tightens noticeably easier. Yep, keeps you younger longer. I mean, we already Israel, but hey, we in these bodies and all the wickedness of this kingdom and the pollutions, it can't help. I mean, it can't hurt to apply certain things like this. A bath in a strong concentration of Dead Sea minerals also relieves symptoms of severe skin conditions, rheumatism, and chronic inflammations. When comparing the minerals the body needs to function properly with the minerals found in the Dead Sea, it appears that most of these are present in the Dead Sea, in particular the minerals necessary for cell metabolism. Of the many great properties of Dead Sea minerals, 3 are particularly important for skincare and treatment of skin problems. These are hygroscopic power. This is the ability to retain and attract moisture. This is used twofold in skincare to restore the moisture content of dry skin and to remove unwanted fluid accumulations in the skin. The ability of exfoliation, the power to stimulate peeling of the skin, important in the treatment of psoriasis and eczema, which I got a lot of family that deal with that. The regenerative capacity, a strong ability to stimulate the healing processes of the skin, important in case of damage caused by skin problems, for example, acne. Minerals are inorganic; they are not produced in the body and must therefore be absorbed. Yep. This can be done via the food and also through the skin. There is no storage of minerals in the body. Once they have done their work, they are excreted and therefore have to be supplied again and again. They are vital to the body and work, among other things, as a catalyst for vitamins and activate the enzymes. Slack, give me 1 second. Another precept that it reminded me of. Yep. See, check this out. This is your file right here. Let's read Sirach 39 and 26. There's a reason why it mentions salt as being one of the principal things for life. And we kind of going into that now. Yes, Sirach 39 and 26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt. See, salt is included in those principal things. Flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. Right? All those things are necessary, man. All those things are really gifts that the Lord gave us. That's why the Lord is going to take those things away from these wicked people, because hey, the scriptures say they have received benefits but have not known him. So you haven't known Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, who gives the benefit. All right. But yes, salt is included in that. And this is one of the many reasons why. Shalom, shalom. It says here, it's right. It says this can be done via the food and also through the skin. There is no storage of minerals in the body. Once they have done their work, they are excreted and therefore have to be supplied again and again. They are vital to the body and work, among other things, as a catalyst for vitamins and activate the enzymes. In addition to the minerals, halogens also play an important role. The body uses them in the same way as minerals. Halogens bind directly to metals, to salts such as chlorine, bromine, fluorine, and iodine. They exert a strong stimulating power on the natural healing processes of the body. Minerals and halogens both carry an electric charge. The minerals are positively charged, the halogens negative. Skincare is used in the minerals of these properties. Minerals such as calcium, chromium, potassium, copper, and sodium are essential for certain metabolic processes. They help in the exchange of substances via the cell membrane, osmosis, monitor the moisture balance of the cells, including the skin cells, affect the gland secretions, have a beneficial effect on the muscular and nervous system, catalyze the vitamins, exfoliate the skin. The main active minerals contain the following properties. Bromine soothes, softens, and relaxes the skin. Magnesium works anti-allergic. Iodine and sulfate are natural antiseptics. Strontium and lithium play an important role in the proper functioning of the skin cells. Potassium regulates the osmosis and fluid balance of the skin cells. Sodium and calcium are important for the natural healing process. Dead Sea minerals can bring relief from eczema, psoriasis, and other skin problems. And extremely greasy or extremely dry skin becomes palpable and visibly better. Bathing in the Dead Sea is beneficial for all skin types. No side effects are known. Basically, salt is good all around, man. So I just wanted to bring that to the body because I noticed that it had been beneficial to myself and my family. So, that's it for this lesson. I'm going to give infinite praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Chakwadash, double honesty, apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Oh, this brother got a quick fourth quarter dagger precept, so I'll bring it out before I close out. In his likeness, Yasharallah, Romans 14:2, for one believeth that he may eat all things, another who is weak eateth herbs. Yep, exactly. Another who is weak eateth herbs. So sometimes when you're sick, like Daniel, they weren't sick, but they knew the benefits of eating pulse, So, a lot of like I love chicken. Sometimes I need a break from that though. Sometimes I need a break from meat, and I just focus on vegetables and fruits and nuts and things of that nature. Yep, the salt of the earth, as the spirit, I brought it out earlier, but I'll read it again because the brother had brought that out. Matthew 5:13, ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. So with that, call halal, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Machakwadash. All right, Lord's will is edifying. I don't want Brother Zach catch up on the next one. All right, Shalom.